recorded live at 4ZZZ Studios, Meanjin, Brisbane.
On 102.1 FM.
And broadcast across Australia on the Community Radio Network.
You're listening to Zed Games.
Zed Games brings you the best in gaming news, reviews, community and culture. Want to reach out?
Share your hot take?
Or do you just want to share your favourite game?
Find us on socials at Zed Games AU. Hello. You're listening to Zed Games. My name is Zahra, and with me in the studio this episode is...
Hazel.
Woo! It's the first episode of 2026.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. What I already know what you were playing last night, but what were you playing last night as the turn of the year approached?
I played a few things actually. Sonic Racing Crossworlds for a little bit. A little bit of Spyro the Dragon Reignited Trilogy.
A little bit of nostalgia, that's always nice.
A little bit of Warframe.
Ooh, yep.
And then watch the New Year's countdown in Animal Crossing.
Yes. That's one of my little traditions, I've decided. I decided, I've been doing it like every year. And you know what? We're most of the day into the new year, and it's been all right so far.
You're listening to Zed Games at 4ZZZ.
You're listening to Zed Games on 4ZZZ.
Oi mate, you're listening to Zed Games at 4ZZZ.
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 Got a bit carried away.
Well, we have a chocker episode for today. We've got 3 reviews, actually, and of course, some gaming news. Can you believe that things have been happening during the holiday break? And we are, you know what? Let's just get into the week in gaming news, because...
let's roll.
Oh my gosh, let's go.
Alright, CD Projekt Red co-founder acquires GOG as an independent company.
Oh!
Polish games company CD Projekt, best known for their RPG titles like Cyberpunk 2077 and The Witcher 3, has announced in a press release that online games marketplace and distribution platform GOG has been acquired by original co-founder Mikhail Kaczynski for approximately 38 million Australian dollars. Kaczynski co-founded CD Projekt in 1994 along with business partner Marcin Iwinski with the goal of bringing more video games to Poland. The company founded subsidiary GOG in 2008 as a digital platform for the sale and distribution of video games. Kaczynski later left the company in 2012 after nearly 20 years. GOG, short for Good Old Games, was founded with a mission to make games live forever by ensuring customers could continue to buy and enjoy classic game titles years after their original release, in addition to hosting contemporary games and new releases including CD Projekt's own flagship RPG titles. The company is also notable for a commitment to provide games without restrictive digital rights management or DRM systems, which many competitor platforms use as anti-piracy measures, but have become a roadblock for games preservation over time.
Yes.
GOG has published responses to frequently asked questions on their website, assuring readers that the acquisition was not due to financial difficulties and that there will be no major changes to the platform as a result of the acquisition. CD Projekt have stated that they will now focus exclusively on developing their existing franchises, which will continue to be published on GOG.
What a thing to wake up to.
It's very unusual news, but apparently GOG has been operating largely independently for the last few years anyway.
Yeah.
And this is just a way to separate it out and let it be its own thing.
Which I can appreciate. Always liked what GOG do, and plus Good Old Games. Just friendly.
Good old names.
Also really appreciate that they had like a FAQ ready to go, because like these were all the questions I had, and then they're like, it's not going to change anything, yada 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 yada. Which is, thank you for anticipating that people would have questions about this. I guess we'll see. How it pans out. Could be really, really good. It could be a really awesome thing. Gives them a little bit more flexibility.
And I'd just like to apologize to my great-grandma for the pronunciations of those Polish names. Moving on.
There's like a ghost looming behind you.
We've got some things to look out for in 2026.
Yeah.
There's some big anniversaries coming up. Do you want to read the first one?
Absolutely, I do. So the Pokemon 30th anniversary will be on February the 27th. And it's probably going to be a big year for the franchise. So we're expecting competitive Pokemon battling in the mobile game Pokemon Champions. And a cozy town building Switch 2 game called Pokopia is planned for release this year.
I think it's Pokopia?
Pokopia? No, that makes more sense. Pokopia. We've also seen some hints of the rarely seen Fat Pikachu in some recent art, which I love Fat Pikachu.
I think you can get Fat Pikachu on a Uniqlo t-shirt at the moment.
What I want is, you know how people hippie types tend to have like those fat Buddhas statues? Fat Pikachu statues instead.
Fat Pikachu statue, like
Way
cast in
less
bronze
offensive.
or something.
And Persona also had the 30th anniversary, which is, I imagine they're going to have some pizzazz on that. Persona developers Atlas have launched a website for the franchise's 30th anniversary this year. We don't have much information, but we are expecting an update on January the 8th, which Persona fans are hoping will be some news about Persona 6 and a Persona 4 revival. Yeah.
We've also got Dragon Quest with their 40th anniversary. Speaking to Japanese website 4gamer.net, Yosuke Saito of Square Enix said, "Next year marks the 40th anniversary of Dragon Quest. I'd be extremely happy if everyone could join in on a grand celebration. And for Nier Automata's 9th anniversary, we're also preparing, quote, just a little something. So please don't get too excited with anticipation. With that, I wish you all a happy new year." Credit to Gamatsu for translating some highlights from 4Gamer's massive annual end-of-year interview series with Japanese developers.
Shout out. Bloober Team.
Bloober Team have got an upcoming announcement. Bloober Team are a Polish game studio who are hot off this year's Silent Hill 2 remake, which has seen some serious critical acclaim, and they've already been entrusted with a remake of Silent Hill 1 as well. They've teased an upcoming announcement with a tweet with the tagline, "Dare to peek into the darkness," and a link to a website with a really cryptic URL. I'm going to try and read it out, but it's kind of nonsense. It's remozdenulsuvamsird.com. And people have already started speculating about what on earth that could mean. But I guess we'll find out. On February 15th, because the website has a countdown to that date.
Oh, I love a countdown. Oh, it was good. We've got some news nibbles. Idris Elba has been knighted by the British Crown. The actor known for voicing Knuckles, the Echidna in the Sonic the Hedgehog movie franchise, Solomon Reed in Cyberpunk 2077. He's also a DJ and contributed 3 songs to the soundtrack for Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty. Has been granted a knighthood by the British Crown for services to young people. How awesome! So that is Sir Idris Elba.
And get used to calling him Sir.
And Stardew Valley has been updated for the Nintendo Switch 2. So if you have Stardew Valley on Switch 1, you get a free upgrade pack for Stardew Valley on the Switch 2, which takes advantage of the redesigned Joy-Cons for mouse controls, as well as adding, this is huge, local split-screen multiplayer for up to 4 players, or online multiplayer for up to 8. Whoa!
Local split screen Stardew Valley is very, very interesting.
Oh man, we're all gonna be able to I can't wait. I don't even have a Switch 2. I gotta get a Switch 2 now. You want to read out the wait, actually, hang on. We've also got some other stuff lined up this year. Some Zed Games, actually.
Yes.
We have our dates for the Indie Dev Nights for 2026 all locked in. So open up your calendar app, go tell your little device to like enter in a calendar entry. We will be having Indie Dev Nights on February the 12th,
Whoa.
April 16th, June the 4th, October the 15th,
Yay.
and November the 12th. Plus something special for Radiothon on August the 13th. We will be, reminding you all of these as they come up. But if you wanted to get in early, start mapping out some of your Thursday nights, there you go. Next up will be, we'll have our first Indie Dev Night on February the 12th. And if you're a developer, the expression of interest form will go live next week. So please stay tuned. And now, shall we get into the upcoming game releases?
Yes, so there are not a lot of games coming out this time of year, but I've scraped high and low. I've sniffed out some truffles, and we've got Dune Crawl coming on January 6th from developer Alien Trap. This is coming to Steam on PC. It's an action-adventure co-op game about battling on top of a giant crab thing.
Ooh.
January 7th brings Star Rupture going into early access, as well as Oddcore going into early access, both for PC on Steam. And January 8th, Brisbane studio Five Lives are bringing Cozy Caravan to PC. It's finally coming out of early access. It's a cozy, casual adventure game.
I am quite excited for Cozy Caravan. I think if you can't find me, you'll know what I'm doing. And
I hope we can find you. We have an episode that day.
Oh yeah, that's probably important. Alrighty, and that's it this week in Gaming News. Alrighty, my name is Zahra, and with me in the studio this episode is Hazel.
Hi.
And we're having just a super chill New Year's Day episode, except, oh, wait, what's this approaching? Worm time.
Worm time.
Worm time.
Are you ready to talk about some worms?
I'm absolutely ready to talk about some worms. Specifically, Wirm, spelled W-I-R-M, by Sbug Games. So, it's a really, really cute platformer game.
It's like a very simple party platformer. It's co-op, arguably.
You're sort of... You're able to not really collaborate, except collaborate on the experience. It's sort of places you in this 2D world, which is all sort of kind of like a bit of a watercolor, childlike art style, and it's quite big for a little worm. You and your little worm friends, and you get to sort of explore multiple routes just to kind of like wander around this world, not for any particular purpose, but just sort of for the sake of it. It is a kids game, and grown-ups might need to find themselves slowing down a bit for the little ones, but it is kind of challenging.
It's honestly very challenging if you choose the optional challenge routes. The game is really, really cute. It's an awesome choice for like a family holiday. It's super easy to drop in and drop out with multiple players.
Yes.
You really don't need to sort of supervise everybody, because you can always just tell them to hold X and respawn at a checkpoint. It's lots of fun, and it really does feel like beating your head against the wall sometimes.
Oh, literally. Your little worms will dig through the dirt, and if you run into a rock, you're like, and then your worm's like, oh, and you feel
hit
bad.
My head.
So there is an easy route, which is like pretty straightforward. It's pretty fun. There's enough challenge to make conquering the obstacles, a bit of celebration for the children. But the checkpoints mean that like the pro gamer among you can just head over to the next checkpoint, give everyone a chance to like give it a good try, and if they start to whinge a little bit, then you can just sort of zip off to the next checkpoint. But the challenging route is difficult. 2 out of the 3 grown-ups who were playing this game ended up dropping out. But you did discover that there is sort of like some settings in the menu that made it easier to control your worm.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what this is meant to be called or exactly what it does, but I did find an option for, I think, like a helping hand, which goes from 0 to 4 in terms of intensity.
Yeah.
And putting it all the way up made it a lot easier, like ridiculously easy.
Yes.
So doesn't matter how bad you are at games, you can beat this.
Yeah. But there's
I believe in you.
There's a lot of really cute details, like just flying through the air is a lot of fun. You and your worm friends will climb into a cannon and you'll get shot out of it, and you're just a group of worms just flying through the air. It's really, really sweet. And to really top it all off, there's a dedicated smile button.
There is a dedicated smile button. It just makes your worm smile. That's all it does.
So good. The sound is like a mix of like cutesy with some not super gross squishing noises for the worms. So overall, it's not like an unpleasant auditory experience. You're just sort of like, oh,
I did turn the music up a little bit because the wiggling sounds were a little bit much.
Yeah, but that's what sound.
Wet.
That's what sound is for. But overall, a very, very charming game, a very, very sweet little game, and I think you might find that it's a good game to like bust out when you got the young ones over or the not so young ones.
That's Wirm, WIRM by Sbug Games.
And that makes 3 bug games so far.
Yep.
Well,
and this one even, I think, reused some of the music from Isopod.
Oh yes, it does. So if you played some of the other games, you're probably gonna have a little bit of a time kind of going. Oh,
Deja vu.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's Wirm. Awesome. Alrighty, you're listening to Zed Games. My name is Zahra. I'm in the studio. This episode is Hazel, and we are celebrating the new year. It is 2026. It's kind of fun to have a 6 at the end.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been about 10 years.
About 10 years or something like that. And we're going to listen to a review by Paul for a game about a story about skating.
He was a boy. She was a girl. Can I make it any more obvious? He was a demon. She was an eternal centipede. I think I made it a little less obvious. He was a skater boy. She said, "See you later, boy." He was made of glass and pain. He read an ancient rune that told him to eat the moon. Why are there legs on that train? Skate Story is an extremely unique skateboarding game from developer Sam Eng. Tone-wise, it reminds me of the music game Thumper, mashing up with Devil Daggers and Killer 7. Does that help? Okay, fine. As I said in the intro, you play a demon made of glass and pain who makes a deal to escape the underworld. All you need to do is eat not one, but all the moons. And to get there, you'll need a skateboard. The story of the game is, to put it mildly, wild. It is simultaneously very heady with its unique lore, but it's also incredibly silly in a very aware and fun way. The game is broken into chapters and you'll get a story to read and also cutscenes throughout, although there is no spoken dialogue. That normally doesn't bother me, except the dialogue is really fun to say. My son was watching, so I started reading it aloud, and he was captivated.
Welcome to my Lyceum. This is a place to roam and think. This is a panacea of the underworld. Forget your silly moon-eating quest. Explore, contemplate, reflect. I shall even allow you to skate on my sacrosanct concrete. Take in the serene beauty of my soul-infused grounds. With enough time, you too shall melt into the asphalt. You can be amongst the uncountable souls, peacefully resting. Ponder my exquisite gift shop and happy statue citizens.
The mechanics of skateboarding are very intuitive and feel excellent, sitting somewhere between the extreme arcadiness of Tony Hawk and the more realistic Skate series. For such an incredibly surreal world, the skating is pretty grounded on the whole. My strongest early impression of the game was simply the sound of the wheels on concrete. It was loud, louder than the music. The game really wants you to be aware of your presence in the world. It has a low camera, wide angle look we associate with skate videos, and you can alter the field of view and fisheye effect to your liking. One of my favourite effects is when you bail and shatter into a million pieces, the camera drops to the ground like a physics object, continuing to roll with your previous momentum. It was also something that made me appreciate the game's art even more. When the camera fell, I first noticed the texture was not stone as I'd thought, but text. There are a lot of small touches that don't draw attention to themselves. The game is mostly linear, with a few wider areas and boss fights. The boss fights function by doing tricks to up your combo meter and then stomping the trick down in a zone, which turns the score into damage. The music is by two different artists. Brooklyn's Blood Cultures provides an album's worth of tunes with their experimental pop stylings. It wasn't what I expected from a skating game, but it was a happy surprise. It really gels with the abstract, ever-changing world you're skating through. The other artist is John Fio, who provides a more traditional game soundtrack, although, once again, not what you'd expect. Soft jazz, synthwave, piano, anything goes really, and it goes well. Pretty much everyone involved is having fun and being cheeky wherever they can. Skate's story is ambitious and intense, but strangely, also chill skateboarding game. Its narrative is out there, but I found it bundles of fun. The skating is wonderfully executed and it looks and sounds great. The game should take most around 7 hours to complete and is available on PS5, Switch 2, Mac and PC, which is where I played it, with code provided by the publisher Devolver Digital.
You're listening to Zed Games. My name is Zahra, and with me in the studio this episode is Hazel.
Hello.
And we are going to wrap out our New Year's Day special with another review. Cloud Gardens by Noio. This one has been on the wish list for a little while, and as a Christmas present, it ended up in my Steam stocking. It's described as a chill game about using plants to overgrow abandoned wasteland dioramas, and it 100% delivers it in a way that is meditative, engaging, and a bit puzzling. The premise is quite simple. You can plant seeds, and if you place items near the seeds, they grow into plants, growing over the diorama you're creating as you're creating it. As plants mature, they form fruit, which you can harvest to generate more seeds to plant. You need to fill your scene with as many plants as possible, but you need to do it within a certain number of moves. You see, although you start with a base scene, which might be a platform, of a ruined train station, or a section of unmaintained car park, or a crumbling road bridge, and you're given a seed or two, you're only given an unspecified limited number of placeable items. You need to place items to grow your plants, and if you don't grow enough overgrowth and you run out of moves, you'll fail the stage and need to try again. You're not told how many items you'll have, what order the items will be given to you, and the game often gives you a really small area to work within. So you do have to be strategic to progress. It didn't normally take more than 1 to 2 attempts to progress, but some stages were really challenging. I say challenging as if this isn't a really chill game about planting plants in a wasteland diorama. But with additional features like planters, which will grow your seeds to a mature stage, or being able to summon a bit of rain which encourages plants to grow, they can help you progress, but you're not always given these things. Sometimes they're hidden, only to be noticed when it was far too late. As you progress, you unlock different types of plants which all behave in unique ways, and you'll have to think a bit about how you want to plant them to maximize your overgrowth. This makes Cloud Gardens a really beautiful, relaxing diorama building game, and it's really soothing and meditative, and satisfying to carefully place props and items, to stage scenes of teddy bears and gnomes sitting in an abandoned car yard, to create my own little story. The puzzle-like nature of it gives a sense of accomplishment, but looking back at my creation is the real reward. I've got about over 16 hours in this game. I got it 4 days ago. It's just a really, really soothing, meditative game where you can just get really into the details and sort of stretch your brain a little bit. It does have a completely sandbox like creative mode as well, whereas you unlock items, you can play with them in creative mode. So you don't even have to have the stress of filling the world of plants. You can just do whatever you want. You're listening to Zed Games. My name is Zahra, and with me this episode is Hazel.
Hello.
We're coming up to the end of the episode, but we've got a little bit of time. I sort of wanted to recap that we've got the Indie Dev Night dates locked in for the year. We've got February 12th is the very next one. And if you're a developer and you have a project that you want to show off, the expression of interest form goes live next week. So make sure you tune in to Zed Games next week to hear about that. We've also got one in April 16th, June 4th, October 15th, and November 12th, plus something special for Radiothon on August 13th. It's going to be a busy year, but I'm really excited about it.
Me too.
Like,
I'm looking forward to it.
What
was it you were saying earlier? This is the year of reaping what we sowed.
Yes, and we've been sowing. We've been sowing reviews. We've been sowing music, and we're just going to have more reviews and more music, more interviews, more events. Like there's a whole.
You don't even know what we got.
I don't even know what we got. I'm sure something. I'm sure something else is gonna like crop up in the last next 3 minutes. Something like someone's gonna text in with a. Actually, we've decided to hold PAX in Brisbane this year for some reason. I just thought.
I actually don't want to think about that.
I don't want to think about it.
I don't want that.
But we got some. There's gonna be a lot of movies this year. What
some
else?
Video game movies.
Some video game movies. Oh my gosh. So, Five Nights at Freddy's. There's a second Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
No. Do we have to?
No, we don't have to talk about it, but I just sort of wanted to give you my co-worker's thoughts on the movie, which was she's never played the games. She just watches all the lore videos about it, and she didn't think that it was very lore accurate, if you will. So maybe we should check it out.
Do you have a game that you're looking forward to? Just
one game.
I'll start.
Oh, go on.
I have just today learned about Mouse PI for Hire, which is sort of very old Disney animation style, a bit reminiscent of Cuphead. And you're a mouse who is a PI, I think. Okay. I don't know much about it, but it looks really, really fun.
Ooh.
I also want to know, do you think GTA 6 will actually come out?
I'm not naturally a hater. I don't think I have a policy that nothing is real until it actually exists and it's installed on a computer. Until then, GTA 6, it's not real. It never has been real. We don't know if it will ever be real until it actually is real. And I think we could apply that to a lot of games. Perhaps like another game that's been in development for a very long time. It is about to hit 1 billion in revenue this year, thanks to its very, very expensive ships. Yes. Yes. People still playing this. People not playing.
That's ridiculous.
People are still buying ships for it. But who am I to yuck their yum? Alrighty. We're coming up to the end of the episode. It is time for us to say goodbye.
Goodbye. Auf Wiedersehen.
Yawo. Masalama.
Gule gule.
Adios. Sayonara.
Bihatarewe.
Oh, that's a really good one.
That's Kamanji.
Wow.
I'm probably saying it wrong.
That's all right. It's the effort that counts. Alrighty, but until next week, you all stay slay, play some games.
And have a great year.
Have a great year, all right? Let's, at the very least, we can play a lot of games this year. And that is a resolution we can stick to. So let's do it, everybody. Let's do it. All right, I want to hear, that's your homework. Play games.
Thanks for listening to Zed Games. If you'd like to listen to more, you can find us on the Community Radio Plus app
or find us on socials at ZED Games AU.
See you next time.